Hey gamers, I am the Bella Gamer, and I wanted to start off by saying I'm going to be doing my table talks every Tuesday. I know there was one a couple days ago, but I wanted to do Table Talk Tuesdays because it just is easy to remember. Table Talk Tuesdays, TTT. I could have done Table Talk Thursdays too, and that would have given me more space, but I like Tuesdays more. I like starting out my weeks with the Table Talk. Yeah, so right into the topic. So, mysteries. Mysteries help build intrigue and invest players in a game, and this is a very powerful tool a GM can use to make a game more interesting. Now, this is pretty much a GM particular video, but hey, players, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, please leave some comments below saying what you like about mysteries and give us GM some help here. Anyway, so first I wanted to talk about the theme and setting. The theme and the setting of a mystery is the most important aspects of the mystery because it kind of goes into the rest of what is the mystery. The theme of the mystery is it based on murder? Is it based on theft? Is it based on, political intrigue? That is the big part of what can make a game, and it honestly decides the theme of the game itself. So this is really important. The setting is also important because it sets the atmosphere and it can change how players feel about a game. For instance, a mystery of the occult seems even better when it's in like this old fishing village that is creepy and full of superstitious folk, That's really good. Now, it could still be an occult mystery in the middle of an urban city, but it definitely changes from a creepy occult like Cthulhu-esque maybe H.P. Lovecraftian story to like Doctor Strange type story. So you definitely want to make sure that your theme and your setting are well set for what you as the GM want to give your players as a story. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the villain. The villain is the next most important part because there's always an orchestrator of a mystery. There's always someone who made it a mystery. Now, there could be archaeological mysteries or of the type where the players discover what happened in the past and try to prevent it. But even those stories have some perpetrator who's trying to repeat history. So it's kind of hard to escape a major villain when it comes to a mystery. It doesn't even have to necessarily be an evil villain. It could be a villain, or it could just be someone who's trying to do something for the better, or just someone who doesn't know what they're getting into and causes mayhem for, the city, the players, whatever. So the villain is important. The power level of the villain can kind of help determine the power level of the players. Now, if you want more information on power levels, go check out my other video on power levels. I'll put an annotation in the top right corner up here. So the next part is involving the players. Now, the players need a reason to be a part of a mystery, and I feel like a lot of GMs drop the ball when it comes to this particular point. This particular point is the easiest thing to mess up because sometimes the players don't feel motivated to get involved with the mystery, or they're just like, oh, I'm in the game, so I'm going to do the mystery because I'm here. You don't want the players to feel obligated to join your mystery, and you don't want their player characters to seem out of place in the mystery. Give the characters a reason to be in the story. This could be from any number of things. A stolen item, family being stolen or kidnapped. There we go, kidnapped, not stolen. It's kind of, I'm rambling. Anyway, I don't know, it's something to do with discovering a part of a character's family. That's a different type of mystery altogether, like their bloodline, stuff like that. I don't know, but you gotta make sure each and every player is invested in some shape or form. Otherwise, the mystery loses its intrigue and its effect on that particular player. So GMs, if you need help, talk to your players, talk about their character backgrounds, get some information that you can use against the player to drag them in to your story. Next, I want to talk about the clues. Now, the clues are really important because they are what will lead the players through the mystery. Now, this is another section where GMs can sometimes drop the ball, and this is the section where players themselves can drop the ball for the GM, and that's incredibly frustrating, to say the least. When you give the players a perfectly good clue, it's right in their hands, and they're like, what's this? I don't know, I eat it. Damn barbarians, right? So, you want to give the players clues, and you want to do it in several ways. One of the best ways is enemies. You want to throw some enemies weaker enemies at first, and then stronger enemies as the story progresses, obviously, to make the players wonder, like, why are we being attacked? Why are there ghouls in the middle of this wonderland, this amusement park? There's just so much, like, that in itself creates a mystery for the players, Ghouls in a carnival. Why are there even ghouls here? That would intrigue the players and make them motivated to go and investigate. Now, enemies can give different types of clues for the players as well. Enemies can give, like, I work for blood dies, but he has, like, this badge or something that leads the players to the group. Or another thing could be, they interrogate an enemy, or the enemy is just so unique that it has to be from a particular group. The next type of clue is clues the players find by investigating. They search for items, they search for information. These are the type of clues that you want to probably use the least because they're very situational and they're very dependent on player skills. If you don't have any players that are good with charisma-based skills or no face-type characters, you definitely don't want to have a section, an important section of the mystery involve those skills. So, the players go and they investigate like a warehouse, and then they find some documents that lead them to the next spot on the next clue, the next what is it called? I don't remember. Anyway, the next part of the mystery. Or, the players investigate a tavern and they make, when players actually do have skills based on like retrieving information, you want to utilize that as a GM to make that player or all the players feel particularly useful for the story. Now, the last type of clue is objective leads, or the type of the players do something. They help someone out, or they complete like a side mission or something, and as a reward, the players get a piece of information to the greater mystery. This is particularly useful for grander mysteries that spawn several chapters of a campaign. This is really important because it's like, okay, so they did something that seemed really irrelevant to the main storyline overall, but then it turns out, no, there's actually a little bit of information. Maybe the Kingpin, who's orchestrating the mystery, the villain, was running the slave trading area. And the players didn't even realize the Kingpin was involved in the mystery at all until they break up this slave trading ring, There's a lot of stuff you can use as a GM when it comes to clues, and they're really important that you give them to the players. Don't expect your players to discover your clues. You have to give the players the clues, because sometimes players just will look over them. So you have to say, hey, this is important. Hit them in the face with it. Be like, this is a clue. Take it. Do something with it. Don't make your clues too vague. Don't make your clues too, like, information specific. Make them like, this is where you need to go next. Make it a little check on the map they need to go. Scope of the mystery is the next part I want to talk about, and this is kind of a smaller part of what a mystery is. But the scope of the mystery for the GM is how big of a mystery is the group getting into. This can set the pacing for a particular chapter or for a particular campaign in general. If the mystery spans the entire campaign, then it's going to be obviously slower. But if the mystery is more of a small section, 1 chapter, 2 chapters, then you want to pick up the pace so that the players are keeping in track with what's going on and they feel like something's always happening. The reveal. This is important for storytelling purposes because this is where you, as a GM, have led the players to this point. This is where you either confirm or deny all the hypotheses, all the theories they had up to this point. This is where you need to make the players be like, oh my god, or I knew it, or oh god, we're gonna do this, This is where you have to hype the players up for it. You have to hype the players up by getting them information, getting their players involved, fighting different enemies. You gotta hype them up for the reveal because this can make a scene. This can make a game. This can be the part where players will always remember your particular campaign for this reveal. And the next part I want to talk about after that is the climax. And the climax and the reveal can be the same set piece for all sakes and purposes, they finally corner this person, this evil necromancer, and it turns out it was, old Farmer Jenkins all along, and players are like, oh my god, that farmer we talked to way in the beginning who we thought knew nothing was actually the main villain. And then you have to fight him with his necromantic zombies, whatever. But the climax is really important because this is kind of how you help initiate the players into solving the mystery, and this is how you also hopefully settle everything. This is where the players will finally get the resolutions, finally get their peace of mind, hopefully. Or maybe this will just set the players onto their next path on their epic journey. But the climax is really important because it has to go somewhere. Either it has to end the story or it has to lead into the next set piece. A climax should never be a dead end. Ever. Don't dead end your story with a climax. You gotta keep the story going, or you gotta end the story overall. Alright, players. So I hope you like this. I hope you like this particular episode more. I've worked on doing some talking points and keeping a little bit more animated, looking more at the camera. I've been working really hard on the channel, so I really hope you guys liked it. Leave it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you liked the presentation, leave it a thumbs down if you feel like I can improve anything. Give me some comments, give me some tips. And also, I want to hear, what kind of mysteries have you been into? What kind of mysteries do you guys like? Leave me some comments. Let's get a discussion going on the kind of games, Because if a GM comes on and watches this video trying to get some help and sees all these opportunities, he's going to have an even better game thanks to you guys. So, please, help out. Anyway, gamers, ciao for now. Good luck with solving your mysteries, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.